And welcome back to Cigar Time.
Yes, welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Is Cotter here?
Who?
Oh, very nice.
Playing cards.
Game
Playing
card. Yes.
He's a pretty good poker player.
Yes.
He's
Yes, he is.
very good poker
Him
player.
poker player.
You know, I'm sad to say you all missed my birthday,
Really?
When was your birthday?
March 3rd.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
belated birthday. Happy early birthday.
So
for
you're
next
like
year.
the Ides of March?
I'm very old. I'm before the Ides. I think the Ides are the 50s.
The odds have it.
You go back before Sir Walter Raleigh?
I'm older than I look.
I'll say that.
Well,
That's-
happy
I don't think
belated
that's possible.
birthday.
Well, I tell people I smoke 12 cigars a day and I'm actually 90. Don't I look great?
Looks great for 90.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Don't look a day over 80.
That's right.
Okay. Today our sponsor is
Who's our sponsor?
Drew Estate, the manufacturer of Joya de Nicaragua. We're going to smoke the Red Band today, and the
Which is
lovely-
actually their
I'm
newest
smoking
product.
a cigar.
Yes.
On
Yeah,
that
I'm not
line.
smoking the band.
I'm not smoking the band, just
Not
a cigar.
smoking the band. Okay. The lovely Miss T will tell you all about it.
Okay, it's the, like you said, the Joya de Nicaragua. It's their newest line in the Joya line. It's called the Joya Red. It's a Nicaraguan Puro with a Habano wrapper. The sizes are pretty much the standard, the Robusto, Toro, and Torpedo. And this has a lot of different flavors in here. So it'd be kind of cool when you do smoke it or try it to see if you can identify all of them. It's roasted nuts and pepper. You have some leather, toast, and coffee. So, seems interesting.
Roasted nuts, pepper, leather, toast, and coffee.
Sounds like a good breakfast.
That's what
It
I was
does.
thinking.
Breakfast of ex-champions.
Except for the leather.
The interesting thing about this line is this is one of the oldest
Yep.
premium cigars
In Nicaragua.
of the modern era.
It's a great line. I really love. We did their
What?
Didn't we do their Dark Corojo, which really
Yeah.
turned me on.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
that cigar, and it's been selling very well too. So
It's been a while since we've had Nicaraguan tobacco. Last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been mostly.
We've had bits and
Dominican.
pieces of
we've
Nicaragua.
had pieces, but yeah,
But this is like a Nicaraguan Puro.
this is a Nicaraguan Puro. It is a Nicaraguan Puro.
We haven't had a Doreen in a while.
I know. I miss on Doreen.
Wow.
Can't believe you said that.
Sorry.
Well,
So-
why don't you
Oh my
tell
God,
us?
my
Pontificate
lighter's
about
going
anything.
down.
No, why don't you tell us
I
about
forgot to read.
Habano?
no,
I was
what
actually gonna ask
Puro means.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting thing because
Yes.
in some versions of Spanish, puro simply means cigar.
Yeah.
In some parts of the cigar industry, puro means a cigar where all the tobacco comes from the same country, even though it could be many different breeds. In its most extreme version, a puro can be all the same seed, all the same breed. Basically, it's a cigar made from one kind of tobacco. There are even cigars that the whole cigar is made from a single plant, but we're not going to talk about that today.
I mean, single stock.
It's all from a single stock.
Oh, that
Really?
sounds familiar.
That sounds
But
interesting.
it is
We'll
very
save that
interesting.
for a different-
We'll save that for another
Different
day.
show.
Okay.
Different show.
Because you can't get them yet.
Well, you will be able to get those things we can't talk about
How old is
soon.
he?
Someday soon.
Someday soon.
Actually, maybe we can by now.
And that's the truth.
And
Ah.
That's the name of that tune.
No, actually, what I would like to talk about, since this has a Habano wrapper, and these days, Habano is in fact one of the most popular wrappers around, particularly Nicaraguan, but Habano in general. And Habano as a breed has a checkered past, I'll say. Habano started life in Cuba as a relatively new crossbreed plant that was developed to be more resistant to the diseases that plague tobacco, such as blue mold and mosaic disease and some of the other diseases. That might be an interesting topic in the future.
Future, yeah.
Tobacco diseases. But they bred it to resist those diseases and to yield more tobacco per acre of planting. And that product, when it was finally developed and produced in quantity, was called Habano 2000. And Habano 2000 almost instantly became the primary wrapper being used in Cuba. And sad to say, while it was very disease resistant, nobody liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Before everybody figured out that it was pretty terrible, a few growers, one from Nicaragua, one from Ecuador, got a hold of some seeds in Cuba and started planting in Nicaragua and Ecuador. And you may remember a time at the tail end of the cigar boom when there were Habano 2000 versions of many of the big name cigars on the market. They promoted Habano 2000 heavily. What they quickly discovered is that as a plant, it's different than regular tobacco. The leaves are thicker, they're oilier, and what I like to say is they're fire retardant. So one of the big problems with early Habano 2000 was that the cigars wouldn't burn.
Yeah.
They'd go out, or they'd tunnel, or you couldn't keep them lit. In Ecuador, they eventually discovered that what it took was very, very long fermentation before you could use Habano 2000. I'm talking about 4 or 5 years worth of active fermentation before it was a properly usable leaf. But what they began to do is breed Habano 2000 with little bits of other plants, other seed stocks. And eventually they came up with a much lighter, more refined, and easy to burn tobacco. And because Habano 2000 had such a bad name, they just cut off the 2000 and started calling it Habano. And the things that characterize Habano is that it's a very pretty wrapper. The veins are relatively small and fine. It's usually a little bit oily, and the predominant flavor is a light pepperiness. So when you see a Habano wrapper on a cigar, you can expect that the first flavor you're going to get is going to be pepper. Not a heavy, heavy black pepper, but pepper. That's the story of Habano.
Very interesting. Thank you, Paul. We're joined now by Chris, I can't believe I make this shit up, Stone from... Ooh.
Can you say that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I said
Well,
it.
you did, so.
Well,
Still believe it.
it's a family show, but
And
We can't all be perfect.
He's going to pontificate even more about the different selections of Joya de Nicaragua. Take it away, Chris.
hey, I'm here with one of our favorite visitors, Chris Stone from Drew Estate.
Thank you for having me. Always good to be here.
Yeah, always good to have you. And we have a few things to talk about today, but I think one thing that many of our viewers want to hear about is what's going on or what has gone on with Drew Estate being bought by Swisher International.
Yes, good question. I know a lot of people have concerns about that, but actually, it's been a great purchase. It's a family-owned company. We're a family-owned company. From the get-go, they have assured us that they have no intention of changing what we do. They're a mass market company. We are a premium cigar company. So it's been great. We have more money for swag items, promotional stuff. The cigars are going forward. They're not touching anything. It's all status quo.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So people should be reassured.
They should be absolutely reassured. If there's going to be any changes, you guys are going to see it first, and then the brand loses its value. So we're going to make sure, and especially Jonathan Drew made sure in the contract of the purchase that will not happen.
Excellent. All right. We seem to have a whole lot of cigars here.
We got a lot of cigars.
Well, I, for one, want to jump right in on this, or at least, I have to smoke something before I start to have a seizure. But this is something new. So it's called Nirvana.
Nirvana. We made this for Swisher, Royal Gold, their small, very small premium line before the buyout. It's a Cameroon wrapper, San Andreas binder, Nicaraguan fillers, and now that Swisher owns us, we are distributing it. Medium full, comes in 5 sizes. We just started getting them out, so I've been kind of driving around and getting them out to customers. I really enjoy this cigar. The Silencio, the small guy, packs a little more of a punch, but these are really good. Got to catch up.
Don't worry, I'll catch up. A medium full cigar with a Cameroon wrapper is not
Typical.
not your typical.
Right.
It's also not a typical looking Cameroon. So it looks a little thicker, not so fragile like
Yeah.
a lot of Cameroons are.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that we use true Cameroon, and I think that's really the difference, because a lot of people necessarily don't use quality Cameroon. It's an expensive leaf.
It certainly is. We've talked about the history of Cameroon on the show before.
Yeah.
What is all this stuff?
So Drew Estate has the only art studio at any factory in the world. So I just came back from Nicaragua this morning, visiting our factory with a customer, and this is stuff that the art studio will hand paint, and then the artists are back there hand painting these. We silk screen the shirts. There's a couple of travel humidors they hand painted there. When you go on the trip, you get to blend cigars at Joya and at Drew Estate, which I have down here, my blends. I did my blend at Drew Estate in the feral pig design, since everyone seems to love that size. And then you also get to see Joya de Nicaragua, which we have laying out here, and all the cigars. We got the mild medium Cabinetta with the two-tone wrapper, the medium body Joya Red, which is new. This is a Nicaraguan Puro. Retails anywhere from 5.5 to 7.5. Great medium-bodied stick. And then the two powerhouses of the line. My favorite, the Antonio 1970 Criollo wrapper, full body with some spice. Goes great with that smoky Lafroig Scotch down there.
Yeah.
And then the powerhouse, Dark Corojo Antonio. This guy is as strong as we make them. I call it the Velvet Hammer, but it's got no spice. It'll sneak up on you. It's real tricky.
Well, you're going to be able to taste all of these and see Chris at events at our stores. Look to our website at cccigars.com for the schedule, but Chris will be visiting at least 6 of our stores with all of these goodies and a great deal. Buy 3, get 2 more free, which is hard to beat, and all kinds of swag. So Chris, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank
And
you.
we'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good one.
And thanks very much, Chris. That was very edifying.
I didn't know
Thanks,
that.
Chris.
Good to
I
see
didn't know that
you.
either.
I
Yeah,
I thought I
we
knew
all, we
everything.
learn things
Rob
every
know
day.
it? I know it. But
I know.
Did you
Well,
know?
that's because I
Of
talked
course.
to Chris.
Rob
course, he
always
would
gets
know
to
it all.
talk to all of them.
I always
so,
talk to Chris.
yes.
Oh, all right. So time to get our first impressions of this fine cigar.
I definitely get that pepper, especially on the retrohale on the back of my throat.
Yeah, I
mean,
wrote
it's
that
I was
down.
going
real
to say, I wrote
spicy
that
back
down
there.
too.
Yeah, right here.
Yep, right there. See
I
mine?
do. She did.
Yeah, and it really seems, I don't know, maybe seems like a lighter color wrapper for,
Yeah.
and maybe this goes right to what
For
you
a
were
Habano?
saying, for Nicaragua.
Hoya.
Nicaraguan?
Yeah, well, and for a Joya too. And, okay, that's all I have to say about that.
Paul?
Interesting.
For a Joya, it is a very mild cigar. It's got the pepper, but it's not, most of the Joyas are really right on you, and this is more subtle. I get a kind of citrusy note off of it, which isn't on the list, but it's very prominent.
G?
When I first had this cigar back in October when it first came out, I didn't like it as much. I did appreciate the fact that it was a little bit milder because he is known for his stronger cigars. But I am liking this now, and I'm just getting into it. So I taste a lot of the roasted nuts, and it almost tastes like peanut butter. Like I'm getting peanut butter for some reason. Maybe it's creamy with the roasted nuts.
Peter Pan.
Isn't cream
Is it
and
Peter
roasted
Pan?
nuts make peanut butter? Right?
Something like that.
Something like that. So that's what I'm
Peter
getting.
Pan, Skippy.
Jiffy, that's the best one.
Choosy
You're a
mothers
choosy mother.
choose Jiff.
Yes, exactly. I'm a choosy mother.
you're a
And
mother is
I
right.
agree with the
what a
retro
mother.
hail. It's definitely, you definitely get the pepper, but it's almost like a nice red pepper, but just a little bit.
Actually, you're right, it is a little It is spicier, and
It is spicy.
now that Paul mentioned the citrus, I didn't notice it, but now I'm really noticing
Yeah.
it's as much of a where you feel it in your palate and in your tongue as it is
Right.
the actual flavor.
Flavor, yeah.
Exactly. I agree. I definitely getting the pepper through the retro hail. I'm also getting a hint of cocoa, a little bit for the first time in a while.
Hershey's.
Hershey's Kisses. Yeah. Hershey Kisses.
Oh, that's where Sophia is.
Yeah, exactly. Is she really?
Yeah, she is Milton Hershey.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm
all
actually
sweet
getting the
chocolate.
citrus taste also, Paul.
Cool.
Like you said. I definitely get a little taste of the leather, and it is definitely much milder than all the other selections in the Hood de Nicaragua line. So,
Well, it's milder, but would you call it a mild cigar?
No.
I
wouldn't.
Is it mild? It's mild to medium. I don't
Yeah.
really get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not mild.
Certainly
like
on the mild side of
Which
it.
is actually
Exactly, yeah.
nice for other customers who do want
Who want to
a-
smoke the Nicaraguan, right,
who-
exactly.
and they don't want that heavy or that
Right.
fuller. So it's good that
And
you
if you
mix
like
it up.
spicy,
Yeah.
and you don't want something a powerhouse. This
Yeah.
is a nice
Right.
selection for
This
that.
gives
Absolutely.
you the spice without the absolute.
Not
Right.
the punch.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate.
Yeah, as Chris explained in his piece, the Hoya de Nicaragua run the gamut from the Antaño, which is a little bit on the fuller body
I
side.
love that
Little
one.
Oh, that might be the strongest cigar
You
in
know,
the
a
store.
lot of it.
It's pretty.
But
One
it's
of them, yeah.
so
The
smooth.
mojito?
Which wait, you talking about the dark Corojo or just the Corojo and Tony?
No,
The regular.
The oh
Regular
yeah.
Corojo.
Oh no, yeah. I stay away from that one.
And this, is probably the more mild of the selection
Yeah.
Yes,
in the Hoya
absolutely.
range.
I think I want to start smoking this one a little bit more now.
This is a really nice cigar.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Do you guys remember in October when we smoked it? Did,
Yeah,
did it taste a little?
Well, they aged a little more.
Yeah.
It's a new, it's
See
a
how
new line.
important aging
The
is.
line is less than a year old.
I
Yeah.
liked it better back
Rob,
then.
what's the
Did you?
prices on this range?
I did.
I don't know.
I think it's like
Okay.
$6.
It's
Six
right
to
around
seven.
It's around 6 to
$7.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not, it's not
So,
much.
so it's in the sweet spot, as
Open
cigars
the
go
box.
anymore.
Price is in there.
The price is in
There's
there?
prices on
In
the
the
back.
box.
Oh, I can't see it from here.
Well, I can't either. It's
We can't.
inside.
It's closed.
He said, "Open it up and look."
I understand we're doing some events and have some specials.
We have a whole lot of events.
Ooh.
going on.
Well, why don't you tell us about it?
All
Lay
right.
it on us.
Lay it on you. All right. All this week in all of our stores, if you buy any 3 of the Hoyas, we're going to give you one. How about
Nice.
that? So to buy 3, you get one more free. And then we've got We got a whole lot of events. So get your notepad out. Get a pencil.
Wait till they get them.
Let me know.
I was gonna laugh, but I didn't want to choke on my cigar.
This Saturday. Saturday. 12 to 3 in Colmar. Oh, I'm sorry, 12 to 3 right here in Horsham, and then we're going to
Wow.
do 5 to 8 out in Colmar.
Great.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I have to look at the camera. I
Colmar
can't look at you
gets
guys
the
any
party.
longer. Next Friday, April 10th, we're going to do 12 to 3 in Freehold, and then 5 to 8 in
Nice.
Oxford Valley, and on Saturday, 12 to 3 in Lancaster, and 5 to 8 in Fraser. Oh, and during the events, it's better than the 3 and 1 is all this week. During the events, it's going to be buy 3 get 2 free. And full ticket
Ah,
Chris is going to bring a
nice.
lot of swag.
Yes, and a lot
Chris
of.
will be there.
I
Lot
heard,
of
I heard he was
swag.
auctioning off some of his jewelry.
I don't think so.
I wish.
No.
We don't have enough of
I thought you were gonna say he was auctioning off himself, and
Yeah,
I
we-
said, "Let me
we-
get all my money out now."
we don't have
Again, hitting on the-
we don't have enough events
I
for him to
am
get rid of all the
not.
jewelry.
Again, hits on the reps.
I'm nice.
Always.
I just appreciate a fine specimen.
Paul, I have a question.
Especially
for you.
Tom Smith.
Nice question. Why do some companies, like here, Joya is calling this a Nicaraguan, and they talk about the seed of the breed, the Habano. Other companies will just say, "Oh, it's just Nicaraguan." Is there any reason?
No, it's just
Okay, thanks.
it's just a choice they make in the marketing of the cigar. But ultimately, saying what country the leaf comes from doesn't tell you a whole lot unless you know what breed it is.
That's
Exactly.
kind of why I'm
That's
asking.
true.
And I think it actually gets confusing to consumers. It's like, well, this is Nicaraguan Habano, but this one's only Nicaraguan. What's the difference?
I think that most of the companies in this business make a mistake by not giving you more information.
Yes, I
would.
think so too.
think you're right.
Because I have customers that come in the humidor and they automatically assume a Maduro is going to be stronger. It's going to be strong. I don't want a
That's the
Maduro.
old-
And I said,
that's
no.
for the old days.
Yeah, I mean, but
you
no,
know
they
what,
still
though?
come in, and that stigma is still there.
You're right. However, what I will tell people is, for the most part, the Maduro cigars are stronger, but it has nothing to do with the fact that it's a Maduro. It has to do
Yes.
with the filler.
Yes.
It just so happens that most
a
of the
Maduro.
Maduros have a lot of Ligero
Yeah.
or stronger Ligero in them.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that too.
It's got to stand up to the wrapper.
That's exactly right. The wrapper has so much more flavor,
Right.
whether it's strong or not, so much more flavor that you need a powerful filler blend to really stand up to
Take
it
advantage of
and
it,
so
yeah.
that you can
Right.
taste it.
I guess, but one of my favorite Maduros is more of a mild to medium.
Ashton Age.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the mildest
I was gonna
Maduros on
say,
the
No,
market.
yeah.
actually, I think that
Onyx,
is
too.
the Alcazar. Alcazar.
Alcazar was one of my favorites when I
Great
first started.
cigar.
Yes.
That's a really
The Onyx is, and then the Helix from.
But then again, we're
Joya.
talking about Hoya de Nicaragua.
We are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apologize.
I wasn't
Let's
bringing
try to
up
stay on point.
names.
Yeah.
It is
But-
above
but-
point. It was
They
answering
are
his
our
question.
sponsor.
But Scott, to your point, this is a Nicaraguan Puro, and if you didn't know anything else about it, you would probably expect a very different flavor profile than what you get.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if I didn't know that the wrapper was a different breed of seed, I would never guess that this was Nicaraguan. And that, I guess that goes to how much flavor the wrapper actually provides.
Well, their website, you know, if people want to learn more, you can always go on to the manufacturer's website, and they do have a little bit more information.
Oh, sure.
And, you know, you can learn a little bit more about it. Dr. Cuenca was awesome the last time he was
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
He's the owner.
Yes,
He's
he.
an interesting guy.
Yes,
Yes,
he
very
is. He's
interesting.
the one that makes Joya de Nicaragua, and I appreciate that. He had that I don't want to say raffle, but he had that prize. What is it? What do you call something like that? You took a picture with the Hoya and then you sent it in. You guys don't remember that?
No.
You took a picture with your Hoya and you
Oh, I
hashtag
do. Yeah,
it.
I remember
you
that.
hashtag it and you could win a trip to Nicaragua.
Yes, I
Cool.
do remember
Yes.
that.
Nice.
Yes. I don't know if he's still doing that or not, but I think it's
What
still
is it
going
there?
for the entries. So.
What's a hashtag?
That's
Oh, it's a pound.
that's for another
Number
time.
sign.
Another time. That
Pound.
Well, while we're talking about it, why don't you explain our website,
Sure.
Facebook, Instagram, hashtag,
Yeah.
washtag?
Our face,
MySpace?
no MySpace.
MySpace.
Our Facebook is a great tool to use because you can go on there and you can see all the specials that we do during the week, all the ads. Paul makes up fabulous posters and he puts them on there. Explains exactly what we're doing, events, deals that we have during the week. You can also leave your comments, or if you have any questions, you could even put them on Facebook. What else? We have Instagram. Our Instagram is Cigar Cigars. It's another one where you can just go. You can also take a look at other. Scott, I know you kind of run the Instagram one.
Yes,
and
very well,
and the
too.
thing I like what Scott does
Fabulous.
is that he takes. You'll get a cigar from a rep, and then you'll take a picture, and then you'll comment and you'll talk about it, so you can get Scott's feedback on certain cigars that aren't even out
Which
yet.
is critical.
Well, anyway, and then last but not least, our cccigars.com has everything on there. It tells you all the brands pretty much that we carry, Max Packs, which are definitely important.
All 780
And Max
Max
has
Packs.
actually came out with this cool idea called a Humi Pack. And it's just 4 cigars in there, and he just has it just counted, and you wouldn't even believe the price. You got to come in to see it.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's-
all 1995.
Yes, and right now it's in. I didn't want to say it, but right now it's in how many stores?
Well,
It's all of
it's
them
in
now?
all of them now.
It's working
yeah.
its way
in
out to
all
all
of
10
them now.
stores.
It's in
Yeah.
all 10 stores. Go in and you have a 2-for-1 gift. You got your cigars plus a Humi bag that you can just travel around with your
Reusable.
cigars and
Plus,
reusable.
plus you've got a value of anywhere from 35 to 75%.
Yep.
These are cigars of the major brands for you to try. They're sample packs at a very, very substantial discount.
Yeah, I'm going on the record as saying that some of those are discounted too much.
Don't say that. I
You
thought
cannot
that,
give the
but
customer too much.
I think it's really cool. I do
Yes.
because it'll give
I
that
agree with you.
customer a chance who wouldn't actually pick up something that expensive. It gives them a chance to try
That's
it.
true.
And then they say, "Oh, I like it," and then maybe they'll go and get it singly or whatever. So I think that's great. That you do that, and you can also write into the on the website to write into the show. And can I say what I send them if they do?
Sure.
If you
Yeah.
write into the show, and I'll send you a 15% off coupon that you can use on anything in the store, plus our boxes, which is already 10% discount.
How much was the discount?
15%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The website also has Paul in the Field episodes also.
as well as all our TV and radio shows.
Yeah.
Going all the way back to the,
To the
dawn
beginning
of
of
time.
the dawn of time, right around that.
And it also shows you a picture of our lounges, tells you where they are. There's,
And don't forget our hottie section.
addresses.
The hottie section.
There
I
is
just
a
looked
hottie
at it for the
page.
first time in a long time.
There's a lot of hotties
Yeah,
on
you've
there.
done a good job updating
He
that.
doesn't do
Holy
anything, he just sits up
mackerel.
front getting those
I
taking them off the
know.
internet.
Am I still on there?
By the way, to the viewer
don't
that
think
wrote in and accused of all modeling for GQ magazine, we're going to take your advice, and I'm going to put these guys on a very strict diet.
That wasn't his advice. His
Oh.
advice was he wanted to come on the show because he's as ugly as we are.
Ugly.
Well, if you're going to say
That's
that.
what he said.
Okay, we're running out of time, so
Oh,
we need.
are we really?
We need to talk about the cigar and rate it.
Okay, hurry up. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You go.
It's
Faster.
nice and toothy. I like this cigar. I'm getting a sweet finish. I am definitely getting a nice sweet finish, and I like that. I'm actually getting it when I inhale it. Well, not inhale it, when I take it in. How do you say that? Puff on it?
Draw on it.
Draw on it, when I draw on it. So, I like this cigar. I really like this one. So.
And a number?
Oh, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Rob?
I disagree a little bit. It's not toothy. It's a beautiful wrapper. I don't think
yeah.
it's toothy
It's
at all.
very silky.
It's very silky, smooth wrapper. I'm getting a lot more of the cocoa taste or coffee taste to it. Toast, definitely getting the pepper. Yeah, okay. And
the
some of the
citrus
nuts.
backed
The
off.
citrus, it does. Yeah, it did back off. You're absolutely right.
Oh, my.
It's very smooth. I'd give this an 8.75. I like the cigar a lot.
All I can taste is the citrus right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's
No
it's
metallic?
very. You know what's funny that you say that? I know we're running out of time, but I think maybe I've been confusing the. Maybe I
Metallic
meant
for the
citrus.
citrus?
Yes.
Cool.
But I am getting the leather. I'd give it a 7.
I like it. It's smooth, it's mellow, it's got flavors, it changes up a little bit. It's just a very pleasant cigar at a great price. I'd give it an 8.5.
Nice.
I like the cigar. Flat out like it. Easy draw, burns well, beautiful wrapper. I give it an 8. I guess overall we really like the cigar.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. The scores were kind of across
All
the
over
board.
the
I will
place,
go on
yeah.
the record. I gave it a 7, but I've had this before and I really liked it. So I don't know if it's just this one cigar, but
Well, I also give it some kudos because of the price too.
Yeah.
This is something I go into the humidor for, looking for.
really.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you
Absolutely.
gave it an 8.75. That's a good score.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
cigar.
I do like the cigar a lot. So.
So you like it better than a Master Blend?
No, I can say that.
Okay.
You like it better than a Romeo.
Moving along, we're almost out of time
Different
again. The half
cigars.
hour goes by so fast.
Different cigar.
It is.
In upcoming episodes, we're going to have Tia pontificating on women and cigars. And look forward to that. Okay, guys.
Life's
and
too short to
gals.
smoke cheap cigars.
Smoke often, smoke happy.
Bye-bye for now. Smoke sweet. Cigars are fun.
Ciao for now, everybody.
And don't forget to stop into your local brick and mortar
Yeah.
store, as well as our 10 cigar stores, where they'll teach you how to smoke 2 at a time. That way you can enhance your smoking enjoyment.
Did you ever see John do that?
Yes, I have seen.
I have not.
Well, with that, I'll bid you all fond adieu. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Is that anything like fondue?
Yeah.
I want some
Adieu.
fondue.
Adieu.
Did you a fondue?
I can go for some fondue.
Chocolate or
You wanted
cheese?
string beans.
Chocolate or cheese?
Okay.
Make up
Definitely.
your mind.
I guess
Are we still on?
hopefully if Mike did it well, our food is waiting.
Yes.
Was that turn the...